Hi, I'm Tracy Loring. I'm an instructor at the Atelier at Arlene's, and I'm an artist in residence. Super excited to be here. I have been doing art in one form or another my entire life, and I've been instructing and doing workshops in art for probably 20 plus years now. And one of my absolute favorite things about teaching is watching what you create. I'm so inspired by working with people, seeing what they come up with on their own, and this idea of creating in community. Something magical happens when you are in a group of other people and you're in a space where you feel like you can express yourself freely, where you can check perfectionism at the door, where you can really just explore and have fun, learn something new, and do that with other people. It's magic. And I absolutely love creating a space where you can do that. Oh, goodness. There's so many artists that inspire me. And often there are people like you, people that I encounter in my workshops, people who I work with day to day, my fellow artists in residence here at Arlene's. Every artist has something really unique to share, and I enjoy seeing every single person's interpretation of the world. I'm not somebody that does a lot of drawing myself, but I love to see what people come up with when they do plein air sketching and they do urban sketching, because you have a group of people who are looking at the same thing but see something very different and reflect that through their own lens. And I find that absolutely fascinating. So I'm inspired every day by anyone who's out there sharing the work that they do and who's brave enough to do it, which is amazing. Um, I'm super excited about all of my classes, of course, but one of the ones that's close and dear to my heart is intuitive painting. I consider myself, my husband coined this term for me, an intuitive storyteller. So when I paint, I actively tap into what I call my intuitive intelligence and use that intentionally when I create. And that leads me down a path where each of my paintings has their own story to tell. And I go with it. I sort of become the conduit for that story and allow that story to emerge. So the workshop I'm doing around intuitive painting is that process. It's how we can tap into our innate intuition, how we can intentionally use that in our work, how we can let it drive our work, and where it can lead us. And there's an incredible amount of freedom and joy that comes out of that process. And I cannot wait to see what you create. Um, oh my goodness. I am a mixed media artist, which means I don't have enough room in my house to store all the different kinds of art supplies that I love because I love them all. The one that I am kind of addicted to right now is acrylic ink. There is something magical about the organic shapes that you can create with that kind of medium. And it fits very much in with my style, the way I paint, the way I like to express myself. And I just love, love, love it. Even if I'm doing a piece that's primarily acrylic, I will always find a way to do some mark making with acrylic. I'm new to New York, so I am still exploring the different options here and finding places to connect with other artists and see artwork. So if you have recommendations, I'd love to hear. But of course, New York City. There's so many amazing museums in New York City. But I love coming to Arlene's. I love coming to our makers markets. I love coming to classes here and connecting with other artists in any way that they're sharing their work in the world. My advice for a new art student, this might be a little bit controversial, is to let go of everything you've learned and to just go with what your gut and your heart wants you to do. Forget the rules. You will have internalized the rules. Your brain knows the rules. And when you go to express yourself, you don't have to think about the rules. break them if you want in the service of the piece that you're creating, because ultimately that's what's going to create the work that makes you happy, and that's what will connect with other people. Ultimately, that's what we're doing as artists, is we are telling our own story. We're expressing ourselves in the hopes that maybe that evokes something in somebody else, but it doesn't matter if it doesn't, because you're the artist. And when you're true to yourself, you're going to create the work that you want to create effortlessly.